morning and welcome to the Flip Flop vlog. It is Friday, November the 16th, and it's gone cold, it's miserable, it's not wet yet, but it has been the last few days. So just thought I'd do a bit of a catch up really. I'm in the process of planning some little videos I'm going to do at work, little training snippets to put up for staff to use. So that's my next little project. It was due to happen this week, but unforeseen circumstances. Hopefully next week will be when we do that. So just recently done my advanced life support course. Really good course. Didn't enjoy the exam. Who does? Yeah, so Lorna's at work today. I'm obviously on a day off. I'm also currently, as you may know if you've been on this site, redoing some of the, all of our Filipino vlogs that we did on our holiday last year, which was what inspired all of this vlogging. Sorry, the washing machine's a bit noisy. So we'd started watching vlogs then, and just to get an idea of what camera to use and how to use it and what to do, so that we had some kind of historical content for our holiday. So that was right back when I hadn't really done anything like this at all. Wish I'd had a bit more time and some practice, but hadn't, so never mind. But from there things have gotten a bit more exciting and we're actually enjoying doing these vlogs now. So, but when I originally did them, I had no intention of actually starting a channel. So I had some copyrighted music in there, so I've had to try and work that out and put music over the top, and some of the sound is quite quiet and muffled in some places, but hey, it's all I've got of our holiday, so make the best of it. At least the scenery is nice and the pictures are good and the weather is amazing there, so that's the important thing. Other than that, work is busy. I'll take you and show you the COVID figures shortly, but they're not good. We're on our second wave, and there's a lot of rebellion about a second wave here. People don't want to go into lockdown again. Personally I do, but people don't. They fear that their human rights are more important than surviving this pandemic. So we've been watching people, they come out of a restaurant with a mask on, they whip the mask off and then cuddle each other and really haven't got a clue. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of a background about me. Obviously born in this country, over in Mitcham Way, brought up in southwest London, left school, not an academic genius by any long shot, but I was part-time for a DIY superstore then, and I kept being offered more and more money, and I thought that was great, so I went full-time. I worked my way up through the shop floor, through management, up to deputy manager after 10 years, and they turned around and wanted to give me a store as a store manager, and I was really excited by this. And then they turned around and said the store's in Scotland. I thought they were joking, turns out they weren't. So we had a revamp when we were taken over by another DIY superstore company, and it just wasn't the same job anymore, so I started wanting to find something else. I'd recently done a Red Cross course, a first aid course for work, and I thought, hey, this looks fun. I'm going to go and join the Red Cross first of all, which I did. And I really enjoyed the ambulance side of things, so I then joined the ambulance service. And that I did in March 1997. And I became paramedic. I worked in Wimbledon and then in Putney for most of my career. And at the end I then became an emergency care practitioner, which means we were targeted at aiming to leave people at home. Which was great, running out of New Malden, but it wasn't what they'd hoped it was going to be because it wasn't used properly, and it failed. So eventually the whole scheme was disbanded, and I found my nice little job in the community. Worked there for a couple of years for a social enterprise. Great time in my career, and then I went and decided that I wanted to do the front line in a hospital. So I worked in an urgent care centre in Newham for a little while, and then found a place over here at East Surrey, and I've been there ever since. And I've worked my way up through there, and I'm now a trainee advanced clinical practitioner. So still studying, still learning. Been learning now for a good 12 years. This is the end of the line. Once I've done this, that's it. Stopping there. Yeah, so also a Freemason, as I mentioned one in my earlier blogs. Tell you about that in a little while. So there we have the COVID figures. So in the UK, 19,000 new cases, 654 confirmed cases, sadly 43,000 deaths, and that's since January. So you can see by the graph here that it's nowhere near where it was in April, but we are starting to get an increase down here. And the confirmed cases are really rising up now. Obviously with the track and trace and everything else, that's having an impact in it. So I spent many years of my younger adult life going to lots of ladies' nights with Mum and David. And I was really impressed by the way these gentlemen at these do's act, and their etiquette and everything else, and the way they looked in really nice dinner suits really impressed me. Really good nights, and didn't really know anything about it at all. Most of it was all arranged via my uncle, who's been a Freemason for many years, and yeah, didn't really know much about it. So one day he was asked why is John not a Freemason, and he turned around and he said because he's never asked about it. So he got me into my London lodge, as my mother lodge, the Duke of Connaught Lodge. From there I ordered some regalia from eBay, and the guy phoned me up and long and short delivered it, and he got me into a Sussex lodge that he was in Manor Royal. So it's in that lodge that I've since been through the chair and been Worshipful Master, which is when you pick your charity for the year. We supported the medical detection sniffer dogs that sniff out cancer and are now being trained to sniff out COVID as well. We supported them in my year, which was fantastic. We had an amazing ladies' night. Sadly, didn't have the video then, didn't video it. Real shame, because I've got no video memory of it. But it was a fantastic night. So Freemasons fundamentally raise money for charities, but they do it quietly. They don't advertise what they do, which is how they got the impression of being a secret society. We're not a secret society. We're a dwindling society, and we're trying desperately hard to increase our numbers. Not easy at the moment when we can't even have a meeting. But yeah, if you see a man in a black suit in the middle of summer carrying a black briefcase walking down the road looking a little bit odd, he's off to a meeting. Yeah, we have different ways of recognising each other and acknowledging each other. It's just purely a way so that we can understand who we are and what we do, and not give out any secrets to people who shouldn't be told them yet. But you'd be amazed how many people get interested and join. Got a couple at work. Had a good long friend for many years, long before we were into Masonry. And we drifted apart. And when we finally touched base and got back together again a few years ago, turned out we'd both gone and joined Masonry. Completely irrespective of each other in two different parts of the country. But yeah, there we go. Got my cousin Mark, who's now in Australia. Got him into it because he was, like me, very interested from the ladies' nights. And his wife Amanda is also very into it as well. So yeah, they're really keen. So yeah, that's basically what we do. We raise money, we go to meetings, we do little plays that we act out basically. It's all based on the Bible and stories in it. So it is a religious order, but it's not overly religious. You just have to believe in something. And then we have a nice festive board meal afterwards, normally a 3-course meal. Missing them at the moment because of obviously COVID, we're not having meetings. And then during the year, any social events that come along, we have something called the Ashler Club, which is just a social group for any of the light blue guys in Masonry to come along, bring their other halves along and have a really nice evening. So that's what we do. There's nothing sinister or weird about it. We raise money for charity and we enjoy doing it. I'm missing that at the moment. So here you go, that's life. Well, that's about it. That's us caught up at the moment. Just trying to write a music track as well for the background music for the vlogs. Done one. Not sure how it's going to go, but want something light. I'm finding what I'm using is too heavy. Obviously everything has to be copyright free, so easier to write your own basically. So that's my running along project at the moment. Other than that, life's plodding on. We're off again in November. I think we're gonna, well, I'm trying to postpone that to the camping in March because it's just too cold here now in November. The only place that's nice and warm is the hot tub, where I'm going in a minute. So yeah, okay. So I don't know if we're going to vlog anything else immediately. I'm going to make a jambalaya later on, so yeah, why don't I vlog making that? Okay, we'll do that and we'll see you later, guys. Just going to test where I'm going to put the camera, so we'll cut this here. So, it's time to start preparing dinner for tonight. So, ingredients. We have 4 chicken breasts. That's a bit more than most people would probably normally have, but we like them, so. Two or 3 large onions cut up. 2 or 3 sticks of celery prepared. Some prawns. Normally a green bell pepper, but haven't got one, so orange today. Some Spanish chorizo. Oil, tomatoes. What's hidden behind there is the cayenne pepper. Hot pepper sauce, dried thyme. garlic. We do like our garlic. So, without further ado, let's crack on. So this is one of my favourites to prepare. I absolutely love jambalaya. Perfect on a bleak, wintry, horrible evening, which pretty much we're going to start getting now. Just get your oil in the pan. A few squirts of oil. That thing's rubbish. Never buy Tesco Zone. The Frylight one is so much better. Just gonna prepare our garlic now. I have already half prepared some of this. Oh, come on. Not winning with this today. Normally this little gadget peels the garlic beautifully. Not today. However you like to do your garlic, I like to grate it. The ingredient quantities are a little bit vague. The chorizo you can use as much or as little as you like, and you can chop it up how you like, dice it, slice it, whatever. The cayenne pepper is about a tablespoonful. 3 or 4 good shakes of it basically. The thyme is about a teaspoonful. Hot pepper sauce to taste. You also need to cook some rice. I recommend sort of half cooking it actually, and then putting it in to let it finish soaking up the juices. Difficult if you're doing it in a rice cooker. If you're putting it on for long enough, you can actually put the raw rice straight in. But sometimes it doesn't always work like that very well. Whatever's best for you. If in any doubt, cook the rice first. First time I made it, the rice was still rock hard, and ruined your dinner. Crunchy on rice. So, let's get this on. And we need to get some cayenne pepper in with the chicken. You can do that bit first or afterwards, doesn't really matter. Lorna doesn't like things too hot, so the cayenne pepper I have to go a little bit easy with. But you know, this is a dish that while that's in there with the garlic, I'll start on the chorizo. Hoping you can see this down there. So I'm just slicing it first. Just kind of browning off the chicken really to start with. Already smells good. Just kind of roughly doing the chorizo in half. Not easy to cut chorizo, so you could do this in the blender, but I find that it tends to get a little bit too small in the blender. You're not making a bolognese, you know, you're not making a sauce. You don't want it too fine. You can buy chorizo already chunked up. You can buy diced onions in a packet, make life a bit easier and quicker. Depends how much money you want to spend, really. Just going to push that over to one side and just cut a bit of pepper. Again, rough chunks is good. You know, this is a dish that shouldn't be pristine and beautifully cut. It's supposed to be chunky and wholesome. Chicken's almost browned off now, so add in the chorizo. The fat in the chorizo is amazing, beautiful deep red colour, lovely and fatty. Again, how you do your celery is up to you. I'm just slicing it straight down the middle and then slicing it basically however you like. These will all go in together, these, so you can do these however you like and put them all on the same board. when you're taking the meat out in a minute to set aside, you need to take it out with a slotted spoon because you want to keep all that lovely red fat oil in the bottom. That's the plan. Being all a bit cack-handed. Right, so we have that nice red oil. We're just going to get all that lot in there. Going. Everything goes back into simmer later on. I like to simmer this for ages. You probably only need about half an hour. I will do it for about an hour and a half. I just like a nice slow cook on this. Just putting some thyme in, about a teaspoonful. Yeah, I will put the rice on before she gets home, cook the rice, and then I'll put the rice in this and turn it back on and simmer it. And maybe add some water. But I'll just leave it in the pot for a couple of hours. Well, for a few hours before she gets home. Just want to make these nice and soft. You can use whole tomatoes. Can't do smell-o-vision. Okay, gonna put some hot pepper sauce in. To taste, so we might need to add a bit more later on. Probably about a teaspoonful and a half. I've never really measured any of this, so goes. Add in the fishy bit. Small prawns, king prawns, or whatever you like prawns really. The longer you leave this, the better it tastes. So, okay, there. Is my jambalaya base. And all that I'm going to add to that is maybe a little bit of water later on and some cooked rice. And that'll be done. Okay, so that's it for this vlog. As usual, if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Any comments, put them below. And if you want to know when the next one will be, press subscribe. I'm going to carry on doing the Filipino vlogs as well. There's 12 of them altogether, so I'm a third of the way there. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye. And so finally we have the finished dinner.